March 22nd here in Southern Ontario, Canada. So I just returned from my meeting at the bank. I came home with my written copy of the agreement, the change in conditions and services contract, blah, blah. So I'm going to have to go through this at length. Page 17 starts the digital banking agreement. However, it was informative in that it wasn't terribly informative at all. The young fellow had skimmed said copy and tried to, he's polite, courteous and everything, but very quickly I had some questions he couldn't answer. So he phoned the helpline, which is the same helpline that you or I would call and that I had called before. So while we're on hold, I asked him about, did this come from the government? And kind of got into a bit of, well, where did I start? With the freezing and seizing of bank accounts last year, right? Oh, I knew something about that. And so we kind of got started on the conspiracy theory thing a little bit when the helpline gal came through. And we were fortunate, got a young gal, bright, enthusiastic, helpful. Hadn't read the contract. So one of my first questions was this a governmental decree or was it in-house from the TD Bank? She assured me it was in-house. I said, how can you assure me? And again, mentioned the freezing and seizing of bank accounts. And she said, well, I know something about that, the GoFundMe campaign. And I was like, well, we're having a speaker conversation here. So I end up educating both of them on a lot of points. She was sticking to her guns that it was an in-house change to simplify things, but could not assure me. She did know, here's an example and something you might want to notice. I've been getting for quite some time now, a number of months, and I know a lot of other people have. You get a notice on your email, on your phone, if you're below a certain limit in your account. That notice of balance for me is $100. She confirmed that did come from the government, and that you can change the amount of your notification or cancel the notification. Anyways, to go back to the agreement, she said, I don't have to formally decline anything if I just don't use the services digitally, which again are Easy Web Online Banking, the TD app, or my Access card, bank card, as a debit card. Well, if you just don't do it, it's implied not consent. And I was like, but it reads clearly in here that I have to decline it. Oh, does it? She says. So it was all very friendly and polite, but I said, well, you're not really able to answer anything. Well, this just came down, and I asked both my branch guy and the girl on the helpline, I said, have you received any special instruction? I mean, I'm not going to be the only one asking questions. No, but we have until April 24th. So they're going to educate themselves. So I'm going to study this, and I said to the young fellow, I'll probably be back. And to the gal on the helpline, I said, hopefully we'll be lucky enough to get you next time as well, because the other two guys I spoke to on the helpline 2 days previous didn't have a clue and even gave me some wrong information just from what I had on my phone and the email at the time as regards this. So then I spent 10 minutes asking the young fellow, did he know anything about I said, for example, our government, it's written right in there, they intend for us to be totally digital currency. He's like, cryptocurrency? I'm like, yeah, by 2025, the fall of it, the latest, is their stated objective. Oh, well, I know we're going to go there someday. It's probably inevitable. I said, no, the date is. And then I got into, Bill C-11, the internet, Bill C-18. His eyes kept getting wider and wider, and I was like, very calm, polite, went through a number of things. He understood that Bill C-21 made no sense, that's for sure. So at the end of it all, I gave him a piece of paper with my channel, the Celtic Canuck, and he didn't even know the Rebel News and the True North. He did know that the mainstream media is paid for by the government, but didn't really. By the end of it all, I do believe he's going to have a look into some of this subject matter, because I said, does it sound like you're being enslaved? And he said, well, yeah. I said, do you want to be? I mean, you're a young guy. You might have kids, grandkids. No, I don't want to be. I said, well, your ignorance and your apathy is going to take you there, son. So anyways, I'll go do my homework and I'll get back to you on the subject matter.